Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our week ahead readings. These are timeless, but technically we're looking at the week beginning November 1st. Can you believe it's November? Thank you for joining me, and please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you if you have. This is going to be for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And as always, just keep in mind, take what resonates in these general readings, disregard the rest. Be sure to watch all your signs, and if you'd like a personal reading with me, all the information is below. And I'm using the True Heart Intuitive Tarot deck and the, Animal Spirit Oracle deck to clarify. Okay. So let's look at, sorry, bumped my mic. Let's look at Cancer, roughly 1 minute. What's going on in the week ahead for Cancer? What's going on in the week ahead for Cancer? Okay, so we have the situation is the King of Discs. The challenge is the Ace of Swords. And the outcome is the Hermit. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Discs or the Page of Pentacles. So conversations about money, stability, prosperity, your job potentially for some of you. For those of you, this is Earth sign energy you're dealing with, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. In this situation, we have the King of Discs, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It could be a boss figure that you have to talk to. It could be a father figure, an authority figure in your life. This could also be conversations with banks, financial advisors, money lenders for some. That's happening at this time. The challenge, we have the Ace of Swords. So the challenge is some sort of news towards a new beginning. So I don't know if this is about getting a new job or getting the money for a house or getting a loan, or even about a committed relationship, whatever the case may be. But the challenge is either you can't get an audience with someone or you can't get an appointment to actually sit down and talk to this person, because communication is a challenge here. The truth can be a challenge, so getting down to the bottom of things. It's almost like for some of you, you're dealing with intermediaries, and it's like everyone tells you a slightly different story in terms of what is needed, because the actual person you need to talk to is not available, so you're talking to their representatives, but they don't know what this person knows. Does that make sense? So that could be a challenge there. And in the outcome, we have the Hermit, so Virgo energy. But this is going to search for answers. This is where you actually get to talk to this person. You may have to push for it. You may have to fight for it a little bit. Because otherwise, I don't think you can get a lot done this week, okay? If you just leave it be, or if you follow, it's not necessarily misinformation. It's just, it's what they think this person wants. That's what these intermediaries are telling you. But it's not accurate. Does that make sense? So you could either push with the Ace of Swords to talk to the person in charge, to talk to the person who gets to decide. Or if you leave it be, or you try to follow the guidance that other people are giving you in this situation, and you don't go directly to the source. I feel like this week is going to be a week of waiting to hear back, or waiting for answers. Okay? For others of you, I feel like this could be where either you have a crush on someone, they have a crush on you, I don't know. And the challenge is no one's speaking up. It could also be the case with relationships, committed relationships. There's something that someone isn't saying. And it either causes delays, or nothing's going to happen as a result of it, or it's like perpetuating an issue because you just don't talk about it. Does that make sense? So let's clarify. King of Discs, the Queen of Discs. So for some of you, definitely about relationships here. The Ace of Swords, Temperance. Someone, biting their tongue. They don't really want to, either they don't know how to phrase what they want to say, or they don't know when the right time is to say it. Seven of Wands with the Hermit as well. I'll pull one more row because we're only using one tarot deck. The Magician in the situation. Yeah, you want a new beginning. 8 of Cups in the challenge. the High Priestess and the outcome. So yeah, I feel like Cancer, this is about, for some of you, you want to manifest a new beginning, whether that means a new relationship or renew a relationship or get a relationship back on track, or it's about a job or your money or your business and you're trying to manifest a partner or a job, okay? And you see how, again, you have these figures of authority. These are the people who get to decide whether they're executives or they're the other person, and it's up to them to decide what they want to do, okay, with the Magician there. And it's about a conversation where everything needs to be put on the table, okay? In the challenge, someone is in between, do I speak up or do I walk away? That's your challenge. Do I fight for this? And that means speak up, right? It's making an effort, it's opening up, it's being direct, it's communicating. Or do I walk away? Do I detach from the situation? Do I just let it go, okay, with the Eight of Cups? So someone is considering their options. Do I speak up or do I let it go? Do I fight for this or do I let it go? Let it go could mean walk away from it, not reach out to this person, not get back together, not ask someone out, or just following what someone else does or says, you know what I mean? Okay, I'll do what you say, I won't fight you on it. If someone says, oh yeah, you can't get an audience, they don't have time for a meeting this week, and you say, okay, what about next week, right? You accept what they say. Or you're like, no, that's not acceptable. I need this and that and the other, and it has to happen this week, right? And in the outcome, the Hermit is an energy of isolation. The Seven of Wands and the High Priestess is another energy of isolation. For some of you, if you want answers, you're going to have to fight for it, okay? If you want to see something get going, if you want to come out of a time of waiting, basically, you're going to have to take charge. And I think I said something similar last week to you, didn't I? You're going to have to take charge. It has to be you. You have to track people down, get a hold of them, get them on the phone. You want to see how a solution, how a situation can progress. You're going to have to initiate, or you're going to have to do something or say something to get it moving or to keep it moving. Does that make sense? And of course, you have a choice if you want to detach, if you want to let it go, if you want to let it, you know, whatever happens, happens. You can do that, absolutely. But with the Hermit and the High Priestess, either not a lot's going to happen, or you're still going to be left in a place of not knowing, or you're still going to be left in a place of waiting. So really, it's up to you, okay? You have this opportunity for this new beginning, whether it's about a job, a business venture, a new relationship, a renewed relationship. And it involves talking to someone, getting a hold of someone, putting it all on the table, having a face-to-face conversation with the Magician there. And your challenge is, it won't be easy to get a hold of this person. You may have to fight to get a hold of them. Or your challenge is, you're not sure if you want to fight for this, if you want to push it, or if you want to just hang back, see what happens, or walk away from it, or turn your back on it, or whatever the case may be. Okay? And let's get you advice message for Cancer for the week ahead. I hear 2 cards. Okay. So we have the bottom of the deck, we have the Butterfly Spirit. Transformation is beautiful. So this is telling you transformation is possible. A new beginning or a renewed situation is possible. It's there for you, okay? 11 on the card. You're going to have to take charge of the situation. You're going to have to do something with it if you want it to happen. The Wombat Spirit, be at home, number 68. And Koi Fish Spirit, there is always enough, number 36. So for some of you, if you're worried that you're not enough for someone and that's why you keep holding yourself back, this is telling you you're more than enough, okay? You're on the same playing field, as it were. Be at home tells me you're on the same level, you want the same things, you view each other in the same way, okay? So if there's a matter of I'm not enough, or I don't feel like I'm good enough, or I don't feel like I have that much to offer, The message here is the way you view the other person, that's how they view you. Okay, everything's mutual. For others of you, this is telling you again, you can have what you want, but you're going to have to like make yourself at home, get comfortable with it. That means get yourself in the middle of it and turn it around so that it works for you. Okay, but again, it involves you placing yourself in a situation rather than you walking away, turning your back, letting it be. Okay, and like I say, yes, you have a choice. You can absolutely walk away, or let it be. The outcome to that is it will continue to be what it is. You will still be in this place of not knowing. You will still be in this place of waiting. You will still be in this place of searching. Okay, and it's just up to you what you want to do. You can, on the other hand, have answers. You can, on the other hand, have an honest conversation, a face-to-face conversation, if you fight for it with the Seven of Wands. And again, fighting for it doesn't have to be, oh my God, I have to go to war for this. It just means, okay, I'm going to take charge here. I'm going to make an executive decision and reach out, call them as opposed to email them and waiting for them to see if they answer. Show up at the office, show up to make an appointment, show up at their door, you know what I mean? So I'll leave you with that. You can have beautiful transformation. You can have a beautiful outcome. What you wish for and more is what I see. Okay, there's more than enough. What you wish for, you can get, and you can actually get more than what it is you think you wish for. Does that make sense? But you're going to have to be the one to do something. Okay, so let's move on to Scorpio. It's 12:04 roughly. Hi, Scorpio. Remember to check out the intro, because you can get some information in the intro as well that you might find useful. What's going on for Scorpio in the week ahead? What's going on for Scorpio in the week ahead? So we have the moon that flipped over with the Knight of Pentacles. Something's coming up. Something's being revealed after a long time of waiting and searching. The Devil could be about a Capricorn or a situation that has had you bound to it or stressing about it, obsessing about it. Let's see what's coming up in the week ahead for Scorpio. A lot of hesitation, unsure energy. And my camera just froze. Sorry. Prince of Discs again, so the Knight of Pentacles. The Six of Wands as your challenge. The Sun in the outcome, speaking of which, it just came out. It was raining until I started doing your reading, and now the sun's out. Bottom of the deck, the Ace of Swords. So with the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, this is about conversations, the truth being spoken, getting the official version of something, okay? Official conversation or communication. In the situation, the Knight of Pentacles, okay, the Prince of Discs in this deck, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, things are moving very slowly with something that you're focused on, okay? And you're just kind of having to go through the motions, follow the plan, but things are moving very slowly, okay? This could also be about a trip that has been planned for a very long time, something you've had to reschedule a million times. It could also be about progression when it comes to your job or your career. It's something that has been a long time coming. I read the energy, guys, and you take it as it makes sense to you. The challenge, we have the Six of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, fire sign energy. The challenge is the speed of things, obviously, for some of you. This is also, you may have, what I'm getting, for some of you, you've planned the trip and you've had to cancel or reschedule a few times. And the challenge with this one is you won't be able to go direct. You're going to have layovers. Does that make sense? It's a very specific message, but that's what I'm getting for some of you. For others of you, I feel like you're dealing with, your challenge is a little bit of your own pride or your own ego. in terms of you don't want to ask for help, or you don't want to tell anyone you're struggling, or you're struggling to open up. I feel like there's people around you, everyone's paying attention to you, everyone's there to help you, but you don't want to accept help, you don't want to admit that you need help potentially, you don't want to bother people, you don't want to burden people, because I have all these people around you, and it's like, what do you need, Scorpio? Tell me what you need. And you're like, no, I'm good. But actually you're frustrated because things are moving very slowly. I also feel like for some of you, someone's trying to do you a favor because you did them a favor, and you're struggling to accept that. Does that make sense? You're struggling to accept someone's gift. In the outcome, we do have the Sun card, so very positive energy, victorious energy here. It's success at the end of the day, okay? So this could be success in legal matters, success when it comes to taking a trip that has been planned for a very long time and you may have had to reschedule a few times. This is also an important conversation happening with a Leo is what I'm getting. Again, a very specific message. But whatever the case may be, you have success in the outcome. You have getting what you want in the outcome. For some of you, it's linked to you allowing someone else to help you. Or for others of you, it's about a cashing in favors is what I'm getting. Let's see. Clarify the Prince of Discs. The Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're stuck because you've been trying to do everything yourself, or you've been trying to stick to the plan. And the challenge is you're going to have to play by ear. Six of Wands. Yeah, with the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag energy. Playing it by ear. You see how she has all them hands there? It's like multitasking, figuring it out, doing one thing, seeing how it goes, and then you're doing something else at the same time. Plan A, plan B, plan C. Again, an energy of popularity here. The Sun in the outcome with the Hierophant. So this could be about you get that job, you get the promotion. This could also be traveling to see your family, and it's a big success, right, after a long time. For some of you, it could be your birthday, a birthday. Because you're in the spotlight, you're in the center of attention here. And for some of you, you're struggling with that, right? And pull one more row. With the Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, we have the Eight of Wands. So again, speed, communication. Something's moving very slowly, but you can speed it up. It just involves either allowing other people to help you or accepting people trying to do favors for you. Six of Wands, Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely spending time with family for some of you. Traveling to see family, or family's coming to see you. The Sun, the Hierophant, and the Page of Swords, Princess of Swords. Sorry, I have to get it real close because it just got very sunny outside. Page of Pentacles under the Ace of Swords. So whatever it is you're trying to do, I see success when it comes to matters related to family, success when it comes to inheritance, a legal win when it comes to inheritance, legacy, something that is owed to you. But I feel like the turning point is taking advantage, not in a bad way or a malicious way, but taking advantage of the fact that people want to help you. And it's like it's not taking advantage of them, it's accepting help, right? Using your options. And some of your options are other people helping you. They can make your life easier. They can speed things up for you, right? Whether it's through a legal representative or a lawyer you get, or you change your lawyer, and you have this friend or a friend of a friend who's a lawyer who could help you out free of charge or whatever, and you're like, okay, let's try that, right? That could change things for you, speed things up, could make the difference. If you're looking to meet someone and maybe you've been going about it the traditional, the old-fashioned way, okay, doing what you know, doing something you've done before to meet people, and it's just not been working out, okay? And the message here with all these wands is it may be online for you, or it's through other people. Get yourself out there, go out with people, go out with friends and family at some sort of an event, okay? If you're invited, by all means, if it's safe to do so, go, because you have an intense connection, a beautiful connection, that is possible for you. And again, I feel like friends and family have a role to play, so take that as it makes sense. For those of you, this is where you finally get to get married. You've been planning it, you've been rescheduling it because of what's been going on in the world, whatever the case may be, and it's finally happening, so congratulations. I also see motherhood happening, or fatherhood, okay, for some of you. Again, after a time of doing things according to the plan, stressing about it, and in the end, it's an unconventional way. It's something you haven't done before, that gets you your success and your desired outcome. Does that make sense? You just have to get the word out with the Eight of Wands, and you're gonna have responses immediately. Do this, try this, talk to this person. I can do this for you. Let me do that for you. You just have to open up. Go from the Eight of Swords to the Eight of Wands, right? Open up, put the word out. Hey, I need information on this. I need help with this. I need a second pair of eyes on this, okay? And it's going to happen very, very quickly. Let's see, advice for Scorpio in the week ahead. Just going to do 2 cards. Bottom of the deck, Crow, Spirit. Co-create with Spirit. Amazing. So it's about co-creation. It's not just down to you. You've been trying to do something by yourself, or the old way of doing it, or the traditional way of doing it. It's not been working. You have to co-create. You have to have another party come in and help you. Does that make sense? Horse, Spirit. Freedom is yours. Number 33. And Koi Fish, Spirit again. There's always enough. So for some of you, you've been struggling to ask for or accept help from others because you feel like that would take away your freedom. It would indebt you to someone. And the message here is that's just not the case, okay? People around you are genuine people. They don't help you expecting you to do something in return, okay? So try to get out of your own head and get out of your own way when it comes to this. You're all for you helping other people, but then when someone else is trying to help you, you're like, oh no, then that means I'm gonna owe them something. But are you forgetting you supported them first? You did something for them first, so it's more of a return of a favor. It's not you creating debt. Does that make sense? Karmic debt or whatever kind of debt, okay? So your message, Scorpio, for the week ahead, you need someone else to step in, or you need to allow or accept for support, for help, for even advice, okay? You need someone else's input, whether that's your higher self, your angels or your guides, or it's another person, or it's a group of people, or whatever the case may be. By all means, you can do it by yourself. I'm not saying you can't. It's just going to be very, very slow, and a lot of obstacles and a lot of stress on your shoulders because you're going to be the only one carrying the burden. And the message here is you can do that if you want to, Scorpio, but you don't have to. There's an easier way to do it where you don't owe anyone anything. It's just allowing for other people to return favors, pretty much, right? Or to just help you because they love you, or to be there for you because they want to support you, even if they're strangers. You know what I mean? They admire you from afar. They know of you. They know of your work. They want to do something for you because you do so much for everyone else. Does that make sense? So I'll leave you with that, Scorpio. You're gonna have to figure out a way to come to terms with the fact that you're an amazing person and people want to do, open to infinite possibility. Starfish Spirit. People want to do for you because you do for others. It doesn't have to be necessarily the exact same people you do nice things for. It's karma, okay? It's karma, but it's karmic blessings. Karma is not just bad. The Star flipped out in reverse. It's about freedom, okay? This is free yourself from limiting beliefs. So take that for what it's worth. Okay, moving on to Pisces. What are we on? 24, 28. Pisces in the week ahead. Angels and guides show me Pisces in the week ahead. So Pisces, remember to watch the intro. There's some information for you there. Pisces in the week ahead. What's going on for Pisces in the week ahead? Something almost fell out. Pisces in the week ahead. Flip. Okay, 3 of Cups in the Tower. Can you see them? That's how they flipped out. That's what I'm looking at. 3 of Cups in the Tower. So a surprise invitation to go out, a surprise invitation to reconcile, a surprise party for some. So let's see what's coming up for Pisces in the week ahead. Oh. There we go. Situation, 10 of Swords. Challenge, the Devil. Outcome, Judgment, flipping heck. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The High Priestess at the bottom of the deck with the 3 of Pentacles. The High Priestess tells me that you've been focused on yourself, okay, for quite some time. As a result of a very difficult and painful ending, 10 of Swords, in your current situation. This is about healing and recovering from this difficult situation, okay? The High Priestess tells me that you've learned a lot of lessons, okay? The 10 of Swords was a painful but necessary ending. Why? Because it was the end to a toxic situation, toxic cycle, toxic relationship. And by toxic, I mean either addictions were involved, control issues were involved, unhealthy, right? Whatever that means to you, just unhealthy, something where you lose yourself to please someone else, or someone who always makes you feel like you're not good enough, or codependent situations, okay? Slave master type situation, and I don't mean that in the kinky way. But your challenge, okay, Capricorn energy, I mean, it's, if you read them in succession, there was a very difficult ending in a toxic situation, but there's something coming back with the Judgment energy, okay? And it could be something coming back for you to free yourself from this, or it could be something coming back for you to reassess, review, and see if you want to free yourself from it, to see if it still has power over you, to see if you've really learned your lesson, some sort of a test situation. Major Arcana energy. In the outcome with the Judgment card, this can be where you free yourself completely from a situation, you free yourself completely from a cycle, because you've learned everything you needed to, and it no longer holds any sort of power over you. Or it could be an energy of starting over, giving something another chance, some sort of a reconciliation, trying something again. You get a second chance at something. And the challenge with the Devil is, I don't know why my camera keeps freezing, it drives me up the wall. The challenge with the Devil is whatever happened, yes, it's unhealthy, yes, you see it for what it is now, yes, you've learned a lot of lessons from it, it still has an element of temptation for whatever reason, okay? So, with the High Priestess, I do feel like you don't see this coming, you don't expect it, you don't plan for it. I feel like you're not the one initiating this. Because as far as you're concerned with that 10 of Swords, this is done, dead, dusted. You may have tried to reach out, tried for this again or whatever, and got rejected, because it's a lot of swords in your back, okay? So that means try and get shot down over and over, okay? To the point where you're like, it's just, I can't, I physically, emotionally, financially, I can't keep doing this. I just let it go. It's fine. It's done. I just need to pick myself up, cut my losses, and look elsewhere, right? So you think you're done with something. You feel like you're done with something. You feel like it's not acceptable, not accessible to you anymore for whatever reason. Could also be going on in your job situation where you keep trying to go for one job, or keep trying to go for one promotion, or whatever the case may be, and it just doesn't happen. You get shot down. Okay, and you're like, okay, fine, then it's just not for me. And you start looking for other opportunities. Okay? I do feel like you're getting a second chance at something, but we'll see why, okay? Because again, that could be for you to clarify to yourself, okay, I no longer want this, and then the temptation aspect goes away. Or it could be yes, there's still something there. I've learned a lot, so it's not going to turn out in the same way. Do I want to try again and see if I can do better, or we can do better? Does that make sense? Okay, so let's clarify. 10 of Swords with Temperance. Some time has passed since this ending. The Devil with the Hierophant. Yeah. Some sort of commitment. Could also be like family issues, or a pattern in your family that's just been kind of passed down to you. And again, it could be addiction, how to deal with that. It could be codependency issues. And with Judgment in the outcome, the Princess of Wands or the Page of Wands. Honestly, I think it's because of the light that it keeps freezing, because it's very, very bright in here, even though I have my back to the window. So some time has passed from this difficult ending. Temperance is also an energy of healing. So during the time that has passed, you've been focused on your self-healing, your self-development. Okay, coming back into balance, finding a new way of being. Sagittarius energy there as well. The challenge, either this person is someone in your family and you still have to see them, you still have to interact with them, you still have to deal with them one way or another. Oh God. Or it's a pattern you were taught in your own family. Or again, it's something to do with unhealthy patterns or habits or ways of thinking when it comes to commitment, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to family, when it comes to the right thing to do for some of you. Because this is like, I'm seeing like, you know, the good angel and the little devil on someone's shoulder, one on one side, one on the other. So maybe you've been struggling with some sort of an addiction as well. And listen, you could be addicted to a thing, a situation, type of situation, a person, a substance. And in the outcome, there's conversation about a second chance, or there's conversation about reconciliation, or there's an invitation for you to try something again. Something opens up to you. There's new life that comes into this. Okay? And listen, you have your own free will. If you want to entertain this, fine. If you don't, you don't have to. It's up to you, okay? Okay, one more time. 10 of Swords with Temperance, the 8 of Cups. This can be about abandonment issues for some of you. It can be, again, about some sort of an addiction. I'm seeing drinking in particular, but it's just where whatever you do to escape reality. Someone that walked away trying to come back. The Devil with the Hierophant, the 8 of Swords. There has been no communication. You haven't seen this person. You haven't been talking to this person. And for those of you, this just means it's a situation that has you feeling stuck, that has you feeling powerless. 8 of Swords, the Devil. Or it has made you feel this way for a very long time. It could also be the challenge that either you or someone else was blocking this situation. Okay? And it looks like now someone's opening up to it. So if it's a job, I'm seeing it where it's blocked for you. Okay? So that means you're told you don't qualify. You're told don't even apply. You're told you're rejected. Or you're told you don't have what we need you to have for this role. Does that make sense? So it's not for you type thing. If it's about a person, it's where you try to reach out to someone and they block you, they don't talk to you, they don't want to see you, okay? And this could also be you. You could have been doing this. With the Judgment and the Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands, yeah, the Tower again. You don't expect this communication, or you don't expect to hear what is being said. In your mind, once again, you view this as you've made your peace with it. I've made my peace with it. It's done, it's dusted, it's dead. It's bad, it's toxic. I don't want to go chasing for it. I don't want to force it to happen. If it's not coming together, I trust that it's for a higher reason. And I know there was something unhealthy there because I've learned about it. Okay, High Priestess. I've learned about myself as a result of that. You don't expect communication. You don't expect a second chance, or you don't expect what is being said. It takes you by complete surprise. And I do feel like it's to do with someone asking for forgiveness, someone asking for a second chance, someone talking to you about trying something again, whether it's in a romantic setting or it's in a professional setting. It could be someone coming up to you and saying, you know, that job you were trying to go for and I told you you shouldn't apply because you don't qualify. Now you do. Something's changed. They've changed the requirements. You know what I mean? Something's changed out of the blue. Higher ups made a decision. Could even be where someone's manager has changed, and that was the person blocking you from accessing whatever it is you wanted. And the new person comes in and you're like, yeah, you'd be great for it. Go for it. You know what I mean? Let's look at your advice. The High Priestess is there to tell you that it's up to you, Pisces, what you want to do. 3 of Discs, Queen of Discs. You're stable enough. You're stable than you were. More stable than you were before. Within yourself, in your own sense of worth, in your own sense of self-love, self-respect, okay? So, it wouldn't... Because for some of you, I feel like you're afraid to even consider this because you're afraid of going back into old patterns, whatever they may be. You're afraid of going back to feeling stuck, to feeling powerless, to feeling like you're in an unhealthy situation and you don't know what to do about it. It's time. Judgment is an energy where you're being asked to see it, Tower, like actualize it, bring it into your reality, okay? Who are you now? Don't see yourself as who you were in the past. Who are you now? How do you relate to this now? How do you feel and think about it now? Does that make sense? Because you've learned a lot, you've changed a lot. It may not look like it to other people or even yourself. But trust me, you've changed a lot when it comes to this. You've learned a lot about patterns. You've learned a lot about toxic. You've learned a lot about your own toxic behaviors. And you've healed a lot of them with the Temperance energy. Because it's different with the Page of Wands. That means different energy, new energy, something you haven't seen or tried before, okay? So if fear is the only thing holding you back, that's not necessarily, fear is different than your own intuition, okay? So for some of you, you're mixing up, you're confused, you're mixing up, you're taking your fear to be your intuition, okay? Your intuition is never going to make you feel anxious or afraid. Even if it's trying to protect you from something that's not for you, it will never make you feel afraid, terrified. That's your own fear, okay? So maybe now you have a lesson around that and how you're going to handle that. Meditation is your best friend with the High Priestess because that helps you connect to your intuition. It helps you bypass your fear and your ego. Advice for Pisces for the week ahead. Bottom of the deck, we have Parrot, Spirit. Watch your words. Watch how you speak to yourself. Again. Watch how you speak to others. This is also where you're careful how you say things. You're careful how you respond to this. Or it's your advice, right? Be careful. Think it through. Don't be impulsive. If someone's coming in asking for forgiveness, again, don't start talking about what happened 10 years ago. Remember who you are now. Remember where you are now. Okay? Be careful with your words. Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. What is being spoken is the truth. You have 22 there about partnerships, whether they're romantic or professional or otherwise. What is being spoken is the truth. And if you trust your intuition, you will see that. Okay? And Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. You can overcome obstacles when it comes to the situation. I feel like it's about communication. That's a big obstacle. Number one, trusting what is being said. Trust issues here, okay? Trusting what is being said, taking a chance on what is being said, trusting yourself to know the difference between truth and illusion. You can overcome. You can conquer. You can have whatever outcome it is that you want. You just have to find that balance. High Priestess and the Dragonfly Spirit, both are 2 energy. Find your center, find your balance, so that you can see if something's a red flag, or if something is just your fear speaking to you, or your own trust issue speaking to you, okay? But whatever this is, you're gonna get a second chance at something. You don't see it coming, you don't expect it. And it's important to think it through before you respond, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope that makes sense. You're gonna have to tell me what this is about for you, but I hope the reading helps you if you are dealing with these types of situations. Looking forward to your thoughts, okay? So I hope you have a great week. Be sure to watch all your signs, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.